Okay, we're broadcasting.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the SOE Webcast for Legends of Norrath. My name is Mark Tuttle. I'm the executive producer for Legends of Norrath.
Hi, I'm Chuck Kallenbach. I'm the TCG lead designer.
And we're going to tell you a little bit today about our new set, which is releasing on Tuesday of next week, called Debt of the Ratonga. This is the 15th release for Legends of Norrath, and it's going to be a great set. Chuck, let's talk a little bit about the story.
The story has to do with the redemption of the Ratonga, who are coming back to Kino. Some of you that are playing EQ2 are familiar with the storyline. The Ratonga are trying to basically erase some bad news in their past and become acceptable again, and this is about their quest for redemption.
All right, so this is going to be a regular set, which means we'll have a full booster pack. We'll also have new scenarios to play in this. This is a little different, though, because we're not doing a full three-set storyline. This is a single-contained storyline in one set.
That's right.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about the gameplay that you'll see in Debt of the Ratonga. And probably one of the most exciting things is that we have brought back the mechanic that was not to be touched.
That's right. Well, let me tell you about 5 years ago when we first made Legends of Norrath. We made the first set. We threw all the gameplay ideas we had in that set because that's what you do. After the first set, we said, all right, well, what keywords are we going to carry over? What keywords are we going to have in set 2? And every designer, I think there were 5 of us, said, not Frenzy. It was the first thing they said was, not Frenzy. We're not going to use Frenzy. We're never going to see Frenzy again. Because Frenzy was pretty darn strong for those of you that were playing back 5 years ago. So I took a look at that and I thought, well, let's give Frenzy another chance. So we've changed Frenzy.
Right, we got some cards to show you here. Let's bring up some samples of the new Frenzy mechanic from set 15.
So we have here some cards that refer to your Frenzy combatants, which you're going to be excited about because now you're going to have some. Various things. We got the Rokilik Enforcer here is one of the units that has Frenzy, and you'll see that he also has what we call a drawback. When you play him, you have to exert one of your abilities, and he's got kind of juiced up stats as a result. So that's another theme in the set. But let's go. Can we look at the next slide? Yeah, there we go.
Now, some of these will look familiar to you.
Yeah, some of these are old favorites. Dag the Ice Fury used to be a generic card. Now she's a fighter card. Venril Sather used to be generic, and now he's a mage card. That's the kind of thing we do these days. So these are 4 old Frenzy units that we've reprinted with archetypes. And in some cases, we've reduced the cost. So you'll find them much more usable that way.
But that means that these cards that were only available in Open now, we now pull forward into Standard play.
That's right. That's right.
Now, Frenzy has changed a little bit, too, so we want to talk about what the difference to Frenzy is from the old and broken models that it used to be.
That's right. Frenzy used to give you a bonus. If I'm a Frenzy unit, I get a bonus every time you play a card. Well, now it's every time you play a unit, which means instead of Frenzy activating every time you play a card in your deck, it activates when you play 30 to 40% of the cards in your deck. And we know you're going to make a deck full of units, and you're going to get the maximum bonus out of this you can. But Frenzy is much more manageable now and much more playable.
Okay, all right, so that's the big thing in the set is look for the new Frenzy cards and look for the old ones as well. Let's talk about quests now. We got some really cool quests coming up in this set. Can we see the next slide on that, please? You went one too far.
Yeah, that's not quest, but let's talk about this.
Oh, that's right.
This is another feature.
It's all the way over there. That's the problem. It's so far away from us.
This is another feature in the set. It's hidden cards that give you a bonus when you play them as a hidden card.
That first card is really awesome, by the way.
Well, the art's not very good. That guy looks awful.
No, it's great.
Awful mullety. Anyway.
Is that a word?
It is now.
All right.
So these are hidden cards that you get the bonus of playing them as a surprise to your opponent. But when you play them as a hidden card, you'll get to ready your items or you'll get to heal the damage on your avatar. So it's even more crucial to try and play these as hidden and not as a regular card.
Okay, and we have hidden cards now, so this isn't a new mechanic. It's just a little
right. It's different. The response. We call them hidden triggers.
Sure.
That's new.
Okay, all right. We could keep looking at this first card for a little bit longer, but let's move on. Let's go to the quests now, shall we?
Yeah, the quests, some of the quests tell the story of the scenarios. These 4 quests here are showing you things that you'll read about as you proceed through the scenarios and read about the text, and these show you several of the conflicts that are going to happen during the scenarios in full color with glorious artwork.
And some of these quests are really heinous too.
Oh yeah.
I think I complained about a couple of these to you.
Yeah. These are our standard level 2 quests that are. Boy, I hope you got some abilities to get rid of this because everybody's going to hate it.
Yeah, I do. All right.
It's good stuff.
All right, so let's talk about some of the Ratongas. We got some really cool art in this set, and we have some really neat characters that come right from EverQuest 2.
That's right. On the left, you'll see the Ratonga Liberator card is a picture of Tilla, who is a character from EQ2. And the next character over, the Ratonga Loyalist, is Banoff, who is her brother. And you're going to find out the story of Banoff in this set. And you'll find out what kind of an effect that has on Tilla. And then we got a couple other Rokillik there from the scenarios.
Okay. By the way, if we're moving too fast and you want to see these cards later, you can always see this video up on the site, right? So good. All right, so it wouldn't be Legends of Norrath set without loot. We got some really cool loot in the set as well. The teams from EverQuest and EverQuest 2 always do such a great job in bringing us some really cool loot. I actually need my glasses to read some of these, but this is some neat stuff. We'll start with the with EverQuest. This is the Maastricht Bone Mask, which basically turns you into this pleasant guy. He kind of has a mullet too.
He does, yeah.
Actually, if you look at it, it's mulletified. Is that what you said?
Yeah,
mulletification. Okay. Next up, when we were at SOE Live, we heard from the players that they really wanted house items. Let's see the next slide if we can here. This is a painting. This is one of my favorite pieces of art in the set. Of course, this set of art, this set of lawn has terrific art in it. This is called Paladin's Crusade, and this will look really good hanging on your wall. The next one up, this is a new mount for EverQuest. This is the Umbral, how do you pronounce that?
Celira? I don't know.
Saddle? Anybody?
Really
Hamsters?
Cool.
Does that sound good to you? They're all nodding, of course.
Sure.
They're hamsters. All right, so moving on, let's move to EverQuest 2 now. This one I thought was kind of funny, and I think this was your grand idea, right?
This is Bierlach's snack table. Bierlach is a Rokillik, and the snack table has cheese. So.
And they pointed out in the description that there's 3 different kinds of cheese.
That's right.
On this table.
And reportedly there is already a wine table, so now you can...
Early on, one of the first lawn sets.
So wine and cheese parties are
there
now possible.
There you go. That's great. It wouldn't be Ratongas without them.
Right.
Next up, we have a new mercenary. This is Naftu, who you can add. And then after that, we've got the Tinkerer's Copper Flappers, which wings are always very popular in EverQuest 2, so that's kind of neat as well. A full loot set, we've got 17 pieces of loot for both EverQuest and EverQuest 2 in packs. And of course, those are available as you purchase the packs again starting on Tuesday with Debt of the Ratonga. So,
we do a question.
We could do a question. All right, we've got some trivia questions here, and we're going to give away, for each person that gets these right, we'll give away 3 packs of Debt of the Ratonga, which you'll get on Tuesday. All right, so let's see. The first one, how about this? Prior to set 15, and by the way, you can answer these questions by being in the chat lobby here during our broadcast. So, prior to set 15, how many cards had the Frenzy keyword? How many?
I know. Oh, wait, I'm not supposed to answer.
You don't know. No. Hamsters? Any guesses over there? No. That's completely wrong.
It's not 100.
All right, so let us know what it is. First one to get the answer right, and we'll set you up with some booster packs. So let's talk about a couple things. This is the 5th anniversary of Legends of Norrath. We kicked this thing off back in 2007, and we've released over 4,000 cards. With Debt of the Ratonga, it'll be over 600 pieces of loot that we've put into the game. So one of the things that we wanted to do to celebrate this was celebrate the art of Legends of Norrath. And if you're at SOE Live, you got to look at this. This is the 5-year treasury that we put together. And this contains some of our favorite art from the first 14 sets. It doesn't have anything from Debt of the Ratonga in it, but who knows, we might update this at some point in time. This is available right now. If we go to the next slide or two, give you just a look at what this looks like inside. This is now available, pop one more slide please, on HP MagCloud. And this is an HP site. It's kind of a self-publishing site. You can get this in print form, or you can get this in digital form.
That's what it looks like on your iPad.
That's what it looks like on your iPad or your tablet, sure. The print is $38.20. It's 184 color pages. The digital is just $4.99, because we really wanted people to get a chance to download this and see this. Log into magcloud.com, and then you can search for it. Just search Legends of Norrath, and you'll find it, and it's there, and it's very cool.
It's really awesome.
Yeah, it's really nice. Okay, so any trivia? Any on the trivia yet? No. I can't see. There's so much. It looks like we're launching a satellite in here. There's 50 people sitting over there, about 100 monitors. It's unbelievable. I can't see. I don't even see the clock. So we're just going to keep going until they shut us down.
We're going to talk about this.
What? Oh, we got to talk about that too.
Yeah.
Oh, sure. Oh, yeah. So, all right, very good. But we didn't start on time, so that means nothing. All right. What was that? What was that just popped up on the screen? All right, an ad. Great. So it's our 5th anniversary, and we're doing a lot of cool things in Legends of Norrath. And one of the things that we're going to do is we're working on getting new players into the game and making it, I don't want to say easier, but making it more approachable to people. LON is a complicated game, and those of you who play it a lot, you know what I'm talking about. So we were looking at the scenarios, the single-player scenarios, and I was kind of going through them, and I hit a wall on one, and I went to Chuck, and I said, this is ridiculous. This thing is completely broken.
And I said scenario 14.
Scenario 14 from Oathbound, yeah, absolutely. So
for 5 years, it's been the toughest scenario we ever made, and we talked about it over and over again.
So let's go to the next slide. I want to show you a chart here. So this is a chart that we ran on the scenarios, and the green represents losses to an individual scenario. Which one do you think was scenario 14?
Scenario 14.
Yes, it's the big one right there. The win-loss ratio was 1 to 34.
Yes, so every time you won the scenario, an I will beat you 34 times.
Pretty much, yeah.
Pretty much is how that works.
So we've made some changes to the scenario.
We did. I don't want to tell you what they are, but we made some changes. He's pretty upset about it, but he'll live.
He'll live.
Well, actually, he won't, because you'll kill him a lot easier now.
Sure. By the way, let's do a quick trivia question since we're talking about it. What weapon does Animal the Blade start with? All right. Tell us what that is. If you do, you get 3 booster packs. So we've made that change, and I know people always complain, oh, you made a change, you made it easier. That stinks, because I had to fight my way through it. Here's the deal that we're giving you. If you have defeated Set 1, Scenario 14, Animal the Blade, if you beat that, and you log in between December 4th, when we launch Set 15, and the end of this year, let's go to the next slide, you're going to get a special card. And this was your idea, Chuck. This is a terrific idea. So tell them what this is.
It's a special card that has, it's really good gameplay, and it's similar to what an Ival has in the scenario. And the lore, I don't know if we have a slide for this, but the lore on the card.
It's the next slide.
The next slide says, awarded only to those legendary players who defeated the original An Ival the Blade in Oathbound Scenario 14.
Right. So if you've already beaten it, you can log in, and it will just automatically recognize you that you've beaten that scenario, and it will deliver that to you. Now, if you have not beaten Set 1, Scenario 14 yet, you still have until Tuesday morning to go in there and beat it, you can get a copy of this card. All right?
So get in there.
So get in there, pile in.
Good luck, because it's really tough.
And by the way, what you can do is hop into the forums and ask for some help on this. There's lots of guys there that'll be happy to help you out.
There's lots of threads about that
Team Axis, I'm looking at you. You help the folks, and you help them beat this, or you won't get your card.
He's in the channel.
We can control these things. You know, we know who you are, and we know where you live.
That's right.
If you don't help people, you don't get it. All right. So a couple other things that we're going to do is for the 5th anniversary and moving forward with LON, we're really looking at making a lot of updates in the game. We're working on some changes to UI. We're working on a lot of back-end stuff. One thing that you're going to see right off the bat when you log in with Set 15, besides seeing the new screens for Set 15, is you're going to notice that we took the 4 casual games lobbies. You click casual games and you go into the 4 lobbies. We've collapsed that all into a single lobby now.
So people that were hiding out in some other lobby going, hey, how come nobody wants to play me? Now you're all going to be in the same lobby, so you'll be able to find players much more easily.
Right, and that's just the first of the things that we're going to be doing here. So a lot of changes are coming. You'll see them kind of small incrementally. Once we start chipping away into the UI, you'll start seeing bigger changes.
Another thing I want to mention briefly, we're changing
over here. There's nothing over here.
Look over there. We're changing the way that we're doing the created avatars, the ones that are labeled for standard and open, because we're not adding anymore because you already have over 90. But we're changing the way that we restrict some to open. There's going to be an article about this on the website that we're going to have a new list, and there's going to be more avatars available in standard. So we're looking for feedback from you guys about how that works. But
yes, give us feedback. We'd love that. Speaking of feedback, one of the things that we're going to be doing too is we're going to be completely revamping tournaments, formats, pricing, perhaps even pricing. I mean, we're just going to pull it all down at some point and put all brand new stuff up. So if you have feedback on the type of events you want to play, the type of
if you'd like to see a singleton, 1 card of each in the deck, sort of different kinds of play formats, different kinds of deck building for tournaments, let us know.
Yeah, definitely. We'll take your feedback on that. So, and that's going to be coming up in the next couple of months as we go through our 5th anniversary here. So, and one more thing, real quick here, if you are on the Facebook for SOE. If you just do a search on SOE, there's a story that was posted, I believe, yesterday. Is that right? Or today? About some Legends of Norrath pieces that are featured in the Spectrum 19 fantasy art book, which is some very cool stuff. And we always have art showing up in these books.
It's a gorgeous
these annuals,
book. It's a great, huge coffee table book.
But you can see some of the pieces that are there. So check that out. All right, now, let's see. Where are we at now? We had a couple of questions that came in. Let's see if we can hit these real quick. All right. Will there be a new Ratonga-themed loot? Yeah, we talked about that already. There's also a Ratonga armor set. There's an illusion. And for you EQ2 players, there's a couple of loot pieces that add to your dungeon maker, which is like a spawner and some other stuff there too. So that's pretty cool. Tournament changes, we talked about that. How was Legends of Norrath at SOE Live? Why weren't you there?
It was awesome.
It was good. It really was nice. We had a fun time. Let's see. Will we receive the return of new promos? Yes.
Sure.
Yeah, we have all new loot for the loot tournaments for really the next several months between now and set 16. Oh, did I slip? Set 16? Now they know.
Yeah, it comes after 15.
It does. Usually, yes. Yeah. Let's see. Do you want to talk about retirement of set 8?
We're not retiring. We are retiring a set. We're retiring set 8 with this with the advent of this set. We're retiring from standard, and we're sensitive to the fact that the old sets were bigger than the new sets, so we're not doing it every time. We didn't retire anything last time, but we're trying to be prudent about that. But set 8 is gone bye-bye, and it's like my favorite set too.
Okay. God tournaments? Okay. Sure.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, we have the question. We're probably going to get that next. Somebody pointed out that the God cards, there's no way to get those because we haven't done God tournaments in a while.
Yeah. Well, we ran out of gods. But
I mean, how many can there be, right?
I think we can find some way to make that. Actually, we found another one. Actually, we've made 2.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, we'll find some way to get those cards into your hands, one way or the other.
Sure. Because
that's a good idea.
One of the ways of making the game more accessible to people is making all the cards available. So we're going back and we're looking at all these cards that maybe people can't get and finding ways to get them to you, to get them to the new players. So let's see. Is it possible to play old monthly scenarios whenever we want? No.
No, because Christmas comes once a year, and so does Halloween.
Unfortunately, yes.
So you got to wait.
It really does. So let's see. Talked about this guy. This guy must have my office bugged.
What's that?
Because he's asking all the questions we talked about here already.
Oh yeah.
So he already knew.
Okay.
Price on the new packs bundles. It's the same. Same prices. Same thing.
You want to ask another trivia question?
We can ask another trivia question. I lost my sheet with the trivia questions on it.
We're pretty organized.
I don't know. What is my name? That's the trivia question right now. What is my name? If you know it, 3 packs. I couldn't find my sheet. Let's see. What is the TCG reward card for a Nival the Blade scenario? There you go.
Most of you don't have that. We know. There are very few of you that do.
That's entirely
And that's
true.
why we did that special card, because we actually ran the numbers and found out how many people have beat this scenario, and there aren't that many. And I said, man, those guys ought to get a prize.
Right. How much time do we have? Because we started a little quite on time. What I'm looking at right now is the San Diego weather, which is terrible right now.
Yeah, it is. It's rainy and
What's that?
cloudy.
About 2 more minutes?
2 more minutes.
Okay. All right. Let's do some more questions here. Let's see. I'm not sure what that one means, so we'll skip over that one. A few years back, you hosted a tournament that allowed players to get tradable monthly scenario packs.
Oh, monthly scenario pack. That was probably a mistake. I don't remember that.
Sure, we'll do that again. Why not? Let's see. What else?
If there's cards, if there's old promo cards like we were talking about the God cards, I'm sure there's other cards like that you can't get a hold of that you'd like to get a hold of. Let us know, and we'll make them available again.
Yeah, by all means, hit the forums and tell us the stuff that you want to see. I mean, we're very open to what your suggestions are. We really want to, with Legends of Norrath, we want to start tailoring the game to what the players want. Again, the type of tournaments, the old cards that you haven't been able to get a hold of. If there are scenarios that you think are just completely busted, because if you look at that chart, there were still a couple of high points.
Well, some of them are supposed to be more difficult than others.
Well, this is true. But
that scenario 14 was out of control.
It was really.
And we knew that. We talked about it, and we kept saying, the design staff were like, "Well, it's supposed to be hard. It's all right. I beat it." And it's like, yeah, well, whatever.
Well, sure, because a Nival starts with the Katana of Pain, and it just makes
them the name.
I did not tell them.
He's
that
not very good at this trivia.
I didn't tell them that it was Rage-Filled Gem. So no. Anyway, so folks, don't forget, Dead of the Ratonga premieres on what? Frenzy question?
There's a frenzy question? What's the frenzy question?
Oh, how many cards?
How many?
How many cards?
A bunch.
How many do they have?
There's controversy.
There's controversy.
Oh, really?
What is the controversy?
How
You
can
can
there be
tell us.
controversy?
22, 11.
No,
They're not counting right.
that's not
We
controversy.
mean individual different cards.
There's a difference between controversy and wrong.
You can't just guess numbers.
No, you can't. You can't do it. You can't do it. All right. So I lost track of what I was saying because they're actually wearing hamster costumes. They are. So anyways, so Dead of the Ratonga comes out on Tuesday. It'll probably be available Tuesday morning Pacific time. A bunch of new stuff, new scenarios. Make sure you get in there and play those as fast as you can so you can get the new rewards.
And good luck with an eye with a blade.
That's right. You've got until Tuesday to get that done. Okay?
right.
Can we wrap this up now? Are we about done? They're all going, yes, please do. So thanks for watching, folks. Legends of Norrath, Dead of the Ratonga launches on Tuesday. I'm Mark.
I'm Chuck.
This is Chuck. See you then.
Thanks.